All right. Well, another day in the park, the wooded park, that is. So far, finding nothing but iron. Now, on the old historical view, a lot of this was field and pasture or cattle area, but there's no, on the aerial view, it tells us in the 1900s, mid 1900s, does not show any homes or buildings, but a whole bunch of iron strapping, like iron banding, strapping, whatever you want to call it. Got a whole bunch of it in here. Yep, there's more. So, whoops, rolling the camera. So, there was something back here, or something here at one point while it was pasture or something. But if stuff like this was left, and knowing that people were in this area long before the 1900s, sooner or later, I mean, I already found a piece of a crotal bell, and I'm sure that probably dates back at the latest, very early 1900s. I would say probably more like 1800s at least, easy. So finding this stuff gives me hope. It gives me a wee bit of hope that there's more out here than just scrap iron. Iron, gotta roll your R's. Yes, because I'm Scottish and Irish. You got to roll your R's. So the iron, not bad. I mean, it was a little bit here and a spot back a ways. I found the other piece. So now, of course, the terrain here, this kind of sucks. Because on the map, regular, just the aerial view with the trees, you can't tell the terrain. But just behind me, it starts to drop down into a ravine, then comes back up. And on the other side of this ravine, I didn't come this way towards my backside. I didn't come through the woods that far to find this ravine before checking an old farm property that was on that side. But yeah, so here I get some time in the woods to think and swing the detector and just try to ease my mind from many thoughts that have been running through it lately, especially after my 2 days off and my weekend, and the way it went and didn't go. But I'm sure there's going to be a whole lot more of that going on, I'm sure. But it is what it is. But so I'm going to do a little exploring here this evening after work. Just me, the detector, and the woods. So I will get back to you if I find anything else. Hopefully, it'd be nice to find some old, cool, good relics, you know. I know they're back here because I found that piece of the crotal bell. So if I found the piece of the crotal bell, there's a very good chance. And then, well, actually just over the way here, behind the camera, facing the other way, that way. Ooh, that's where the remnants of that old trike bicycle is. So But we'll see what happens here. Hopefully I'll find something cool and worthy of video. But we'll see what happens. So I'll get back to you if I find anything. Okay, so found a bunch of surface metal that looks like it's flashing off of a structure of some kind back in the day. There's an old tin can hanging in the tree, which the old tin cans ring up as 80s, low 80s. But then right over next to it here, just on, I mean, this is just under the surface. I'm moving the leaves and barely touching the dirt, and part of this was sticking out. It's definitely some kind of mechanism, probably on a tractor or something, maybe. This piece here, that piece there is about ready to break off. It's got a crack right through, right there in the middle of the screen. Yeah, so that's about ready to break. But and I did find a piece of steel flat iron bar with 3 holes in it. I have leaning up there against the tree, too big to carry out if I choose to, or I might just leave it here for the next person to find. Share the old history of what was going on back here. So keep on swinging. I do see a piece of a bottle there, but that's probably not an old bottle. It would be probably newer. But it's weird how I'm in the slope on this. Like, how would stuff, I mean, unless the farmer just wanted to dump it back here back in the day. But like, or did he have some kind of structure back here for the cattle to be in, and then had equipment or something back here? I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say what these woods were used for, you know, pre-1900. Well, they weren't even woods. It was fields. A lot of this is all young growth. So who knows what these fields back over here out of sight from the dirt road, because I'm sure Sudberg Road was a dirt road at one time, like every other road. So I'll get back to swinging and let you know if I find anything else. Well, swung over the area and hit with my pinpointer, and right here, right next to the other piece that I just found and videoed, there's a pail handle with 2 pieces that would have been attached to the metal pail. I'm guessing the metal pail might be in here somewhere too. Where it's all gone, I'm not sure, but either way. See, now to me, this is a cool find, because this is old history right here. That was a pretty big metal pail too, with that arch on that. So that is gonna have to rest here. Rest it in the tree for the moment. I grab it on the way back if I decide to take it. But like I said, might just leave this stuff so the next person exploring can find it and see it and go, ooh. So for me, I'll take a picture just in case if I do decide to leave it. And I'll get back to you if I find anything else. So I found, still in the same area, found another signal. Piece to a stove, a burner, a gas burner or a fire, or I guess it would be gas probably. But it definitely looks like a burner cover. Just set a pot on. So, burner, pail handle, old tin can, old flashing from some kind of building. That other piece that I just saw, and then a whole bunch of that stuff, little strapping, iron strapping. And then over here, found a piece of leather from an old boot. That was the top of the toes. This would have been where the tongue was, and found that. And then I also found this, which that was a really nice square bottle at one time. On the bottom it says that's a DIS PAT, so I'm gonna guess distillery patent 94413. Looks like it has a man with a hat. I don't know if that's a nose or if it's supposed to be a cowboy hat or what. But definitely gonna have to do a Google picture search on that and see what comes up. So I will get back to you if I find anything else. Well, being that my channel is van life and relic hunting, and the van life part enjoys the woods, I enjoy the woods in many different ways. One thing that I always find, one thing I've never learned a lot about, I know I can tell deer and rabbit, but I don't know exactly what left that. It's definitely say it's wild animal, but I don't know what type. I wonder what else is out here in these woods with us. Huh. It's definitely, I'm on like old, this is an old game trail. The animals used to definitely use this a lot at one point. Going down into the ravine, coming up and down here. And I did just find one hell of an old bolt. It was just under the surface of the leaves. But a square nut. Let's see here. Get it out and put it in the video. Square head, square nut. Definitely an old iron bolt. And this is way down the hill from where where it seems like their main little trash dump was up there. Really makes me wonder what might have been back here pre-51, pre-56. It's just the contour of some of the contour of the land just doesn't, I don't know. It's hard to say. Of course, some of those could just be, those are trees that uprooted, fell over, felled trees. And now the dirt pile's eroding back down into the hole. I don't know. It just seems, I mean, all the iron signals were up there, and then there was nothing. It was quiet until I found a whole bunch of old shotgun willies, though. Old shotgun willies. So people were definitely shotgun hunting back here. Early 1900s. I'm gonna have to do some research. Anybody know what year did they come out with the 12 gauge shotgun? Actually, I know the Coach gun was around in the Wild West days. I used to have one, a replica. Well, it wasn't an old one, but it was. They still make them. Double barrel, side by side, 12 gauge shotgun Coach gun. That thing was a blast to shoot too. But yeah, I guess so. The oldest shotgun willies that were all paper, the tubes were paper. That would have been, I guess, that would have been 1800s. So, you know, I'm gonna have to do a little research on that, make sure. But so don't take my word to the bank, because it might not be worth a damn thing. Because I'm just a dummy. I'm a dummy that falls for shit. I'm not gonna think about that though. Not thinking about that. We're not thinking about that bullshit right now. We're out in the woods, which the sun's going down, so I got to hike my buttocks up this hill. This is all uphill. I am downhill, and I must hike all the way up. Seems weird though that far, like I said, that far, because way up there at the top, almost just off the top, starting down the hill, was where all the iron signals were, and all that trash, farm trash, the old pail handle and the tin iron sheeting, whatever it is, the burner, all that. That was all way up there. And then a lone bolt right here, just under the surface of the pine needles and the leaves. But of course, I did find an old hunter decided to leave their off woods towelette wipes in the package and bury it down here. So that foil made a sound. Oh, way out yonder here in the woods, and I still can't get away from trash. Sooner or later, I'll find some good private property permissions and find the good old stuff and very little trash. Or at least if it's trash, it'll be old relic trash. Really old relic trash. All in time, all in time. I have faith that I will achieve and find things on my list. So, thanks for watching, and I'm gonna hike on up out of here, and I will catch you all in the next one. Remember, fight for love, not hate, and keep swinging the detector if you're a detectorist. If not, and you like the woods, get out and enjoy the woods. If you're a freak in the woods, let's keep being freaky in the woods. Nothing wrong with that. Whatever it is you like, keep on doing it. And don't care what other people think. That's the biggest downfall in killing people's dreams, is worrying about whatever the others will think. Instead of worrying about that, worry about just being happy and enjoying a life without all the excess bullshit. That's what I'm doing. So until next time, I love y'all. Peace.